Good afternoon, Villa fans, and welcome to a match preview for Aston Villa versus Tottenham on Sunday, sort of tea time FA Cup fourth round. I believe it is. I know these pictures are the wrong way around, and Villa should be on this side and Spurs should be on the other side. But hey ho. But yeah, coming into the game, I mean, I watched the game last night. The Tottenham won against Liverpool. Obviously, they got spanked sort of 4-0 and out of the cup. They could be departing 2 cup competitions in the space of 3 days if all goes to plan at Villa Park on Sunday. And that will increase the pressure on Big Ange, who's under considerable amount of pressure at the moment, considering, results. I heard in the last 20 games, it's 12 defeats in the last 20. And obviously the injuries for them are mounting up as well. Richarlison came off for them yesterday. They have brought in Matthias Tell, who came on. Didn't do a lot, to be fair, but we all know this story. Team under pressure, out of form, strikers out of form. They rock up at Villa Park or against Aston Villa, and all of a sudden, James Maddison can turn into prime Ronaldinho, Richarlison or Son can turn into sort of prime Cristiano Ronaldo. So, we've all seen this in the past, but I'm feeling very confident about the game for 2 reasons, really. Marcus Rashford in line for a debut, and Marco Asensio in line for a debut. We probably won't see. We're not going to see Axel Disasi because he is cup tied for this. But Rashford and Asensio can play. Unai hasn't done his press conference yet, so we haven't got any official kind of team news. But from the sounds of it, it looks like Ollie Watkins, who came off at half-time against Wolves, could be a a doubt for this. And if he's a doubt, then I'd probably much rather let him miss this game and get fit for Ipswich in the week. So, yeah, we've had a bit of a rest between sort of Wolves and now, and time to sort of recover and get on the training pitch and obviously introduce these new players as well and get them used to how we play. Tottenham have obviously been on the pitch last night. We'll run ragged, let's be honest, by Liverpool. I mean, I watched the game and I was hugely impressed with Liverpool and the way that they played. They kind of enticed Tottenham into a high press and then sort of played around them, got out and had a sort of overload situation on the sort of right-hand side mainly, and sometimes on the left. But just the way they invited the press was really good, and the confidence that the Liverpool players have to play it around and play it through, and Tottenham were kind of all over the show, and the gaps were massive. So whether Villa have the same sort of confidence to sort of play it out from the back as well, it's obviously going to be dependent on the lineup and who we're actually going to play. But that was definitely something that was noticeable in last night's game, is that the way that Liverpool kind of played the ball out, and also the way that Liverpool won the ball back. If they did lose the ball to Tottenham, which they did a few times, they kind of swarmed, like 2 or 3 players swarming on the ball to win it back with like high intensity, loads of sort of pressing and winning the ball again, within seconds really. So it was a good performance from Liverpool, and I don't think we'll see as poor a Tottenham performance as that on Sunday. I think there will be a reaction from them. They've obviously got massive injuries coming into the game. They had Kevin Danso playing for his debut yesterday, and obviously Matthias Tell coming on as well. And if Richarlison's out and Solanke's out for them, then Matthias Tell could be the one who plays up front. And he's a bit of an unknown quantity in terms of what to expect. So it will be interesting sort of team lineup-wise, and you can guarantee that James Maddison comes back into this and, as I said, plays like prime Ronaldinho. And we want some revenge. Obviously, we lost 4-1 as well against them earlier in the season, and we haven't had a great record against them recently. So I want to put that right. And obviously, progression in the FA Cup for us is massive. It's under the lights at Villa Park, and as I said, we've got hopefully a couple of debuts in line as well, and maybe even Andres Garcia. So, I mean, team news wise, we're probably looking at sort of Emi Martinez in goal, obviously. Right back, looks like Matty Cash is still out. I think he'll go with Andres Garcia to begin with, even though he was dragged at half-time. But I think he'll be given another shot here. Left back, I think he'll go tried and tested Luca Digne. And then we have Maatsen as a impact kind of sub later on in the game, fresh legs and all that. And then centre-back wise, obviously Konsa is definitely going to be playing, hopefully so. And then it's just about who plays alongside him. Does Tyrone Mings make this game? I'm hoping so, because I don't really want to see Boubacar Kamara at centre-back. However, if Mings is missing for this game, then Disasi is cup-tied. We don't have another option, really. It's Bogard, because Twinkle's gone out now. Bogard at centre-back or Kamara at centre-back. Out of those two, it would be Boubacar Kamara. But I'm hoping Mings can make a recovery in time for this game and play at centre-back as well. And then CDM position, I said if Mings is there, Kamara will play, hopefully alongside this man here, Tielemans. If not, and Kamara is centre-back, then I'd imagine Onana will come in alongside Tielemans and sit in that sort of CDM position. Not sure what Ross Barkley's doing at the moment. Obviously, John McGinn can play there as well, but I'm not sure that he will. So I reckon it will be probably Onana and Tielemans, the Belgian duo, in that midfield as a CDM. And then in front of that, this is going to be the main sort of talking point, isn't it? We've got a couple of new toys, haven't we, really? It's like when you're a kid and you get a new action figure, you just want to play with that one, don't you? You don't want to play with the old ones. You want to see what the new one's like. It's like when you're playing FIFA, and also you've got the latest editions come out. You're not going to play the older edition, are you? You want to play the latest edition. So it's almost like we've got a whole box of toys now with Rashford, Asensio, Bailey's there, Ramsey's there, Rodgers is there, Marlon is there, McGinn obviously is there. So we've got about, 7 sort of players, I think, there for 3 positions. And you've got Rashford as well, who I haven't even counted, who can play from the left as well, and most likely will do most of the time in his 4 months with us. So it will be interesting to see what Unai goes with. And I do think that's going to be the big decision. I think up front, as I said, Watkins could be out for this game, or he is a doubt. I would rest him. And then your options up front is either playing Marcus Rashford as the number 9, or playing Daniel Marlon, who came on and played number 9 against Wolves in the second half and could have had a hat-trick. We had a few chances. So it'll be interesting to see what Unai goes with as the striker option, really. Rashford or Marlon. I've got a feeling that we're not going to see both of them in the starting lineup. I think that he will save one and bring the other one on to replace. So my 3 behind the front man, who I think will be Marcus Rashford up front as the 9. And then we'll give him probably 60 minutes or so. And then I think we'll bring on Daniel Marlon up front. So the 3 behind, I think he'll go with Asensio. I think he will play Asensio, probably in the 10 position. I've got a feeling he probably will go with John McGinn as well. Or maybe Asensio from the right, John McGinn as the 10. And then Morgan Rodgers from the left, which obviously means you're leaving out Jacob Ramsey. I'm not sure how I feel about that now that I've sort of said it and thought about it. For me, John McGinn, I think he struggles to get in the lineup here. Leon Bailey, out of form. He struggles to get in the lineup as well. So I would like to see Rodgers, Asensio and Marlon, but I can't see him playing Marlon and Rashford in the starting 11, because I think he's going to want to use one of them as the sub. So, probably Ramsey from the left, Rodgers as the 10, Asensio from the right. Is that going to give you enough kind of pace and movement? Possibly so. So I think maybe something like that. Maybe McGinn does drop out, but then again, he's the captain. So it's going to be interesting to see who plays in that 3. Let me know your thoughts, guys, and who you want to see in that 3. And, I'd like to see Marlon play. Because I think he'd be very good for us and give us that sort of pace and, direct running. But I just can't see Marlon and Rashford playing in the same starting 11, because we need to rotate that striker option for us as well. So that's what I would do. In terms of predicted scoreline, I do think it's going to be tough. I think Spurs will have a reaction. But I am going to go with a Villa win. I think we will put another nail in the Ange Postecoglou coffin. And this could be his final goodbye. If he departs 2 cup competitions in the space of 3 days, and that makes it, 13 defeats out of 21, that's a damning kind of, results for him, and that could be the end of Postecoglou. But as I said, I do expect a reaction. I do expect for Spurs to come out and play. I'm going to go with, and this is going to be quite a bold one, but I'm going to go with Aston Villa 3, Tottenham 2. I think it's going to be a late kind of winner. I'm not sure there's extra time, or is it straight into penalties? Not too sure. But I do think that this game will be action-packed. I think there will be goals. I think there will be opportunities. I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford to get 2 goals on his debut and shut Ruben Amorim and the Man United fans up a little bit. I do expect a reaction from him. So I think Marcus Rashford down for 2. And then probably a Morgan Rogers goal as well. Maybe the late winner from Morgan Rogers. Having said that, Daniel Malen, he could be someone off the bench that impacts the game and gets a late goal for us as well. So, yeah, it could be Rogers or Malen. But I'll stick with Rogers. So 3-2 Aston Villa is my prediction for the game. It will be tough. It's not going to be easy like Liverpool were yesterday. Tottenham will react, even though they have injuries. But as I said, this is going to be a great game to watch. I understand it's a sellout as well, so it should be a full 42,000 at Villa Park. It's an evening kickoff under the lights. What more do you want? That's just setting the scene there, isn't it, for someone like Marcus Rashford and even Asensio perhaps to have a worldy game here under the lights at Villa Park. But the big news is whether Tyrone Mings is back. That's the important one for me. Forget the 3 behind the striker. Mings is the most important one because I'd rather see him play than us having to play Boubacar Kamara there again. So yeah, let's see. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts, comments, likes, subscribe, and I'll jump back on Sunday evening. Hopefully, we're going to be progressing to the next round, and I've got my score prediction right. And Rashford gets off the mark on his debut. Maybe Asensio bangs one in the top corner. But I'm hoping it's going to be a great game to watch. I'm sure it will be. It'll be an open game. Both teams like to attack. So I'm sure it'll be full of goals. But yeah, guys, let me know your score predictions. And until Sunday evening, enjoy your weekends. Bye for now.